Can you hear my voice, guys? If you can hear my voice, can you? If you can hear my voice, can you just type OK in the chat window? Fine. So I can sense from your messages that you are able to hear my voice. So today's session we are going to cover previous year questions on finance and management that have been asked in RBI Grade B and SEBI Grade A. And this session shall be useful if you are preparing for RBI Grade B 2019 and SEBI Grade A 2019. So let's start. This is part 3 of our previous year questions. We have already covered first 2 parts that you can watch on our YouTube channel by the name EduTab. First, to start with, let me tell you that we have produced some excellent results in the past 2 years. In 2017, there were 27 final selections in RBI Grade B 2017 and 11 selections in NABARD Grade A 2017. After that, in 2018, there have been really good results, 26 selections in NABARD Grade A 2018 out of 46 total candidates selected, and for RBI 287 plus interview calls for RBI Grade B 2018, and even now the final results are out. We shall come out with the figures for the final selections, and they are really good. They are highest in India. And for SEBI also, highest number of interview calls, 150 plus interview calls for SEBI Grade A 2018. And these are our courses. You can enroll into individual courses for RBI and NABARD. We have courses with phase 1 mock test and phase 2 full video course, or you can opt for phase 1 full video and phase 2 full video course. And then we have combo courses for RBI, NABARD, SEBI. So in case you want to prepare for these 2 exams or 3 exams, you can buy our combo course. Again, they are available in 2 variants. Either you opt for phase 1 only mock test and phase 2 full video courses, or you can opt for phase 1 full video, that is including quant, reasoning and English videos, plus phase 2 full video courses. And there is a new course for that is named QRE course, that is quant, reasoning and English course for all the banking exams. It will not only be useful for RBI, NABARD, SEBI, IRDA phase 1 exams, but also for your other banking exams like LIC, SBI, RRB, all these exams. And in case you have any query, you can call us at 8146207241, or you can email us at hello@edutab.co.in. So let's start. This is the first question. So this is the first question on your screen. Deepak Modi is saying, has the math class closed? No, math class would be held today. Don't worry about that. The question is, the system of behaviors and psychological processes occurring within a social group, intra-group dynamics, or between social groups, inter-group dynamics, which keeps the members intact, is called what? Is it called group cohesion, group psychology, group dynamics, group interaction, and group morale? Well, this is a bit tedious or skewed question, and I don't think this is directly from any topic or subtopic in your syllabus, but then these kind of 2-3 questions are asked every year. So the answers have started coming in. Abhishek has answered it as 3, Manideep as 3, Siddharth as 3. So most of the people are answering it as 3. Sunita is answering it as 1. Come on guys, I want everybody to answer this. I need at least 50 people to answer this. These questions somewhat are based on common sense, and since these have been asked in your previous year exams, I expect a lot more participation. And you can make an intelligent guess if you don't know the answer. So now some people are answering it as 3, either group, 1 also, group cohesion and then group dynamics. These are the 2 answers that are coming in through. Well, I can sense the confusion because the question itself is very tedious kind of question, and the options are really confusing. The question is that basically the behaviors or psychological processes that we kind of exhibit when we are working within a social group, or we exhibit when we are working with other social groups, is called what? It can be group cohesion or it can be group dynamics. But the answer would be group dynamics. And why not group cohesion? See, if you just guess it from a layman perspective, it is not saying, the question is not talking about anything positive. Group cohesion is always linked to positive vibes. Question says that processes, these processes, psychological processes or behaviors, can be negative also. It can be related to conflict also, negotiation also, right? So group cohesion would not be the right answer. The right answer would be group dynamics, that it is the group dynamics that decides that what kind of behavior or psychological processes we will exhibit when we work within a social group or when we work with other social groups. Right, guys? I hope it is clear. Now let's move to question number 2 of the day. Now this question is also very good question. I think they have put it very smartly, and this is a very basic question. If you have read about your theories in your management topics, you can answer this question very easily. Come on, guys. Fine. So the answers have started coming in. Dhanu Patil is saying 2. The question is very simple. The question is saying that there is a theory about human motivation and personality that concerns people's inherent growth tendencies and innate psychological needs. So basically the keywords here are inherent growth tendencies and innate psychological needs. So the first point that you should always look in a question, specifically if it is related to management, are the keywords. Here the keywords are inherent growth tendencies and innate psychological needs. Then it says it is concerned with the motivation behind choices people make without external influence and interference, and it focuses on the degree to which an individual's behavior is self-motivated and self-determined. What is this theory called? So I can see now various answers. Seems like a conflicting view. Some people are answering it as 1, some people are answering it as 4. Then oh my god, some people are answering it as 2 also and 3 also. So almost all the options have come in. Only 5 is left. Does anybody think that the answer to this question is option number 5? Still, I think the majority is with either 3 or 2, right? 1 and 4, now many people are voting for them. Most of the people are voting for 2 or 3. Come on, guys, everybody can answer this. Now Akanksha is saying option number 4. Well, I think in this the keywords were inherent growth tendencies, innate psychological needs, and you read the last line that it focuses on the degree to which an individual's behavior is self-motivated and self-determined. Right. So this theory is basically self-determination theory, which determines that how much your behavior or how much you are self-motivated and self-determined. Now self-determination theory basically has 3 components: competence, basic needs. Now in your question there was a keyword innate psychological needs. You could have related to that innate psychological need with these humans 3 basic needs, which is part of self-determination theory. So that way you can find the keywords and connect them with the concept in the actual theory. So self-determination theory is actually about competence, humans 3 basic needs, and relatedness. Competence is basically how much competent you are to handle the things. Right. If you are competent to do everything which you are required to do, then you would be too much motivated. Right. It would be kind of inherent motivation coming inside from you. You need not require anyone to come and motivate you. Then it's about autonomy. Autonomy is that how much control have you in controlling your life? Is there somebody else who is controlling your life? Is it your boss who is controlling your life? Or is it your wife who is controlling your life? Or is it your husband who is controlling your life? So more the autonomy, more you feel that you can control your life, more motivated you would be, right? And then relatedness. If you have good relationship with your close friends, with your close family members, then again you would feel more motivated, more committed, more positive. Right, so these are the three components of self-determination theory, which says if you are competent to handle your tasks, if you have autonomy to control your life, and if you have good relations with your close ones, your friends and other people who matter in life, then you would be more motivated, you would be more self-driven. Right guys, so let's come to question number 3. Which among these is not a solvency ratio? Now again, this is a very good question. Now mostly when we study ratios, mostly when we study ratios, we keep discussing about things like numericals and too much formulas in ratios. Anyways, which is required. I'm not saying that is not required, but if you see the question that have been asked in the exam, this is very simple question. Question is which among these is not a solvency ratio. You just need to have understanding of the concept about different ratios. What are solvency ratios? What are liquidity ratios? What are profitability ratios? If you could just understand that concept, you can answer this question. Now, who will give me the answer of this question? So the answers have again started coming in. Anivesh Ranjan, like always, is the first one to answer this. He's saying answer is option number 3, that is interest earned ratio is not a solvency ratio. Ayushi is saying 4, Siddharth is saying 3, Santosh is saying 3, Rahul is saying 4, Avinash is saying 4. So again it seems like lot of confusion. People I think are divided over option number 3 and 4. Which of these is not a solvency ratio, guys? Question is not tough. I don't think why I'm not able to know the reason why there is a split opinion here. Come on everybody else, please answer this. Okay, now many people are answering as 4. Rahul, Avinash, Deepti, Yash, Himanshu, Ayushi, Shraddha, Manideep. They are all answering 4, and Manideep is saying that 4 is confirmed. Right guys, so I still see many people are not even attempting this question. Guys, if you are at that level, you cannot even attempt this question, then I think you need to study really hard. Because this is a very basic question and there cannot be easier question than this from ratios chapter in your paper. The answer to this question anyways is quick acid ratio. Quick acid ratio is a liquidity ratio which tells us that how much liquidity company has or how much cash company has to meet its liabilities which are coming over in next 3 to 4 months or 6 months. Solvency ratios are basically ratios that kind of tells us that what is the capital structure of the company, how much equity, how much debt is there in the company, can company pay off its debt in future, can company pay the interest on its debt each year. So all these ratios which tells us about this debt, equity or things related to them are called solvency ratios. Right, so interest earned ratio, interest coverage ratio, financial leverage ratio, all these are part of solvency ratios, whereas quick acid ratio is part of your liquidity ratio. That's not a solvency ratio. So the answer to this question is quick acid ratio, that is option number 4. Now let's come to question number 4. Choose the wrong option with respect to non-verbal component. Now this is the question from your communication topic that have been asked in previous year exams. Choose the wrong option with respect to non-verbal component. Come on guys. The options are: written communication does not have non-verbal component. that written communication does not have non-verbal component. If you think that it does not have non-verbal component, then it means the option is correct maybe. Second option is non-verbal language can create first positive impression, that non-verbal language creates first positive impression on the people with whom you are interacting with. Third option is non-verbal language can create first negative impression. So second and third option are almost the same, just the difference of positive and negative. Fourth option is non-verbal component includes facial expressions, hand gestures and eye movements. That seems to be correct. And the fifth option is none of the above. So I can see a lot more people are answering option number 4 and some people are answering option number 3. That's the catch here. Now this question seems to be very easy, but unfortunately it's not easy, and fortunately for me it's not easy because I get to explain to you that these kind of questions come in the exam and you need to have very good concepts. And when I say concepts, maybe they are only the basic concepts, but you need to have a very good understanding of these concepts to attempt such kind of questions. Now nobody is answering this correctly actually. Some people are saying 4, some people are saying 5, but none of you is correct. Let me answer this question correctly. The question is choose the correct option. Choose the wrong option with respect to non-verbal component. That we have to choose the wrong option, the statement which is incorrect. The first option is written communication does not have non-verbal component. That written communication does not include non-verbal communication or does not have any component which can relate to non-verbal communication. This statement is wrong. Even written communication can have a non-verbal component. Suppose you are writing a letter to someone, right? When you put an exclamatory remark or when you put something in a written communication, you make some characters bold, you make some characters highlighted, you make some characters in red. So that is a kind of a non-verbal communication that you are doing with written communication. You are expressing your feelings. Right, so the correct answer to this is option number 1. And why would the answer be option number 3, that non-verbal language can create first negative impression? It can create. If you go somewhere and speak and your non-verbal language, your body language, your posture is not good, it will create first negative impression. And the fourth option is non-verbal component includes facial expressions, hand gestures and eye movements. That is correct. Non-verbal component includes all this. So that is also correct. That cannot be the answer. So the correct answer is option number 1. Written communication does not have any non-verbal component. This is wrong. Even written communication can have non-verbal component. Right guys? So the idea, again, do not try to cram this question. The idea is to help you understand that the concepts that are being asked in the paper are not very tough. But still, unless and until you understand that concept from the scratch, from the basics, you are not going to clear this exam. Let's come to question number 5. Now this is the easiest question I think that can be put to you in the exam. Again, what is the characteristic of participative leadership? Come on guys, answer this question. What is the characteristic of participative leadership? Your options are ensure completing delegation of task, ensuring due importance is given to rewards, ensuring participation of customers in the company affairs, ensuring social equality in the team, and the fifth option is none of the above. So the answers have started coming in. Saurav is saying 5. Shivani is saying 4, Ayushi is saying 3, Nisha is saying 4, and then I have Siddharth who is saying 2. So a lot of divided opinion. People are saying 2, 3, 4, and some people are saying 5 also. And 5 can never be the answer in such a question. I mean, there are confusing options, but then it seems to have like too many answers within these 4 options. Then why would you go for option number 5? Manideep is guessing it as 4. So I see that lot more people are inclined towards option number 4. What is participative leadership? Participative leadership is basically about encouraging participation in the team. That basically, if you want to take a decision, you take an opinion of everybody. You ask everybody to come and share their views, discuss. That is called participative leadership. And when you take a decision, you communicate that to everybody. That is called participative leadership. So basically, kind of transparency, equality in the team. So ensuring delegation of tasks, that is not part of participative leadership. That is part of basically your laissez-faire leadership. That is called delegative leadership. Due importance is given to rewards. That is wrong. That is kind of autocratic or transactional leadership. Participation of customers in company affairs, yes, that would be one of the agenda of participative leadership, but that is not a kind of characteristic of participative leadership. The characteristic is that you treat everybody equally in a team, maybe at a higher level, maybe at a lower level, but you give due importance to people in your team. So the correct answer is option number 4. Let's discuss the the correct answer was option number 4. Now let's come to question number 6. In which leadership style leader has a vision for future, inspires his subordinates and brings change in the organization? Basically, in which kind of leadership the leader has a vision for future, inspires his subordinates and brings change in the organization? Shared leadership, transformational leadership, participative, democratic, or transactional leadership? So the answers have started coming in. A lot of people are saying 2. Anybody who thinks that the answer is 3? Because I think even a participative can be the answer. Yes or no? A leadership style that has a vision for future. Basically, you think about the future, you motivate your subordinates, and then you try to take all of them along with you and bring change in the environment around you or in the organization in which you are working. Yes, that is called transformational leadership. So the answer is 2. Transformational leadership is like a leadership in which you have a very good vision and you are able to share that vision with your subordinates, with your employees, and motivate them to work towards that vision and bring an overall change in the organization. So the answer here is option number 2. Now anybody among you can give me an example of transformational leadership in the environment around us. Do you think that any person who is famous at the national level can be called a transformational leader in India or at the world level? Who will give me an example of transformational leadership? Come on guys. It's not about just solving questions. It's about applying your mind. Type your answer in the chat window and let me see who can give me an example of transformational leader around us. Okay, so I expected this answer. A lot of people are saying our PM. Dhanu Patil is saying Ratan Tata. Very good, Dhanu. I agree with you, Ratan Tata. Aniket is saying Elon Musk from Tesla. Maybe I have a different view on that. Nihar is saying Walmart leader. Saurav is saying Subhash Chandra Bose. Yes, Subhash Chandra Bose is again very good example. And nobody from cricket, guys. In India, a country who is obsessed with cricket, I cannot find an example from cricket. That's really weird. The names that are coming to your mind are basically from politics or business. Nobody from sports. Bill Gates. APJ Abdul Kalam. Yes, all these are correct, but anybody can answer any name from sports. Dhoni. Oh my god, I expected this answer. Yes, we are all right here. So let's go to question number 7. What is true about zero coupon bonds? What is true about zero coupon bonds? They have fixed payments at regular intervals but no payment at maturity. That basically they give fixed payments at regular intervals and they do not give any payment at maturity. Are these zero coupon bonds? The answer is no. What are zero coupon bonds? Second option is they have variable payments at regular intervals, that they give payments but which are variable, which are not the same at regular intervals, but they do not give any payment at maturity. Third option is they have no payments till maturity but one final payment at maturity. So I think this is a very easy question, and zero coupon bonds is kind of favorite for RBI and SEBI. They keep asking questions on these. And the correct answer here is option number 3. Yes, zero coupon bonds are the ones in which you do not get any interest payments or coupon payments. What you get is the final maturity amount. Right, and they are issued at discount. And if you are not able to understand when I say they are issued at discount, please try to search that on Google. You will learn a lot about zero coupon bonds. Let's come to question number 8. Choose the right statement about primary and secondary markets. Choose the right statement about primary and secondary markets. Very easy question. The first option is primary markets cater to issues of new capital, whereas secondary market cater to new issues of debt. Second option is primary market cater to new issues of capital, whereas secondary markets caters to transfer of ownership among existing owners or from existing to new owners. Third option is primary markets cater to transfer of ownership among existing owners, whereas secondary markets is transfer from ownership of existing to new owners. Fourth option is primary market caters to new issues of debt, whereas secondary markets cater to new issues of equity. Lot of people are answering it as option number 2. Well, before I tell you that is this a right answer or not, just tell me, if your father sells the shares he owns to another person, I repeat, if your father sells the shares he owns to some another person in your city, then would that transaction be part of primary market or secondary market? Just tell me that. Just tell me that, guys. I just want to check your concept. I can see a lot of people are answering 2 as the answer. That might be the right answer or that might be the wrong answer also. But I've asked you a question. Just answer me that. Anivesh is saying secondary. So as always, again, Anivesh is the first. Abhishek is saying secondary. Namana is saying secondary. Anu, Ayushi, Satish, Nihar. So a lot of people are saying secondary. That's right. So basically primary market is the one where a company, when it raises capital, it issues new shares to public. That is a transaction that is done in a primary market. So a issue of shares from a company to people to raise money is part of primary market, and when those people further sell those shares to another bunch of people, that is a transaction in the secondary market. That's why when your father sells the share he owns to some another person, that is secondary market. But if your father had acquired shares directly from the company in an IPO or an FPO, that would be a part of primary market. Right, guys? So the answer is option number 2. Let's come to second last question of the day, question number 9. What is the correct option about payment and small finance bank? Now this is the question, I think this is asked in 2017. And this is related to a news of around September 2016. This is actually based on current affairs. I do not expect this question on payment and small finance bank in 2019. But when it was asked, it was a hot topic those days. The question is, what is the correct option about payment banks and small finance banks? The first option is that basically that paid up capital of small finance banks is 500 crores, whereas paid up capital of payments banks is 350 crores. Second option is payment banks cannot lend money, whereas small finance banks can lend money. Third option is payment banks have minimum capital requirement of 15%, whereas small finance bank has minimum capital required of 20%. Payment banks cannot accept deposits, whereas small finance banks can accept deposits. So a lot of people have started answering this, and I see majority is with option number 2. Ayushi, Abhishek, Ashutosh, Saurav, Anuja, all of them have answered it as 2. Anybody who think that the answer is 4? Okay, again Pinky, Chinmoy, Rahul, Somesh, Dhanu, Amar, Nihar, everybody is again of the same opinion that the answer is 2. And let me tell you the correct answer. The answer is indeed 2. Payment banks cannot lend money, whereas small finance banks can lend money, right? That is the right thing. Small finance banks basically can lend money, but payment banks do not have the option to lend money. They cannot lend money, though they can accept deposits. So this is the right option. Answer is option number 2. This is the last question of the day. Very easy question based on your management theories related to motivation. Let's see who can answer this. The question is, Sheila is a very hardworking employee and gives her best while working for the company. Her company also rewarded her well by giving 20% increase. After the increase in salary, she ends up comparing the efforts put in by her and increase she got vis-a-vis the increase in salary and effort put in by others. Which theory are we discussing about here? So the question is that Sheila is a very hardworking employee. She got a good raise. She worked hard and got a good raise of around 20%. But even after she got a 20% increase, she started comparing her performance and the increase she got vis-a-vis the increase in salary and performance of other employees. And she was not happy. She felt that other person who have worked lesser than that have got 25% increase, though she has worked harder than them, she has only got 20% increase. So basically, when Sheila is doing this and she is feeling disgruntled, she is feeling sad, which theory are we discussing about here? Which theory of motivation are we discussing about here? So a lot of people are saying option number 3, Adams equity theory. Saurabh is saying this should be renamed as jealousy theory. Good, Saurabh. Maybe you can write a theory on your own on this. Seems to be a very valid name, jealousy theory. Satish Kumar is saying Adams equity theory. Dhanu, referent is the key here. Yes guys, the answer is Adams equity theory, because this is equity theory which explains that how do we compare our input and output with the input and output of others. Basically, if we feel that the output that we are getting with respect to our input is comparable or is the same what others are getting, we feel that we are at par. But if we feel that we are working hard and the output we are getting is less as compared to other people who are working less but they are getting more appreciation or more increment, then we would feel disgruntled, we would feel sad. That is called negative equity. And the third one is that basically when we feel that we are working less but still we are getting good raise, good appreciation as compared to others, less increment or less praise though they are working harder than me, then we have a good feeling that I am smart though I am working less but still I am being appreciated. That is called a positive inequity, right? So that's it guys, that's for today. In case you have any query about our courses, you can call us at 8146207241 or you can email us at hello@edutab.co.in. Thanks for watching. Let's meet next week and discuss some more questions. I hope you are enjoying this series. If yes, please type yes in the chat window. And in the meantime, in case anybody has any query, I'm here to answer for next 2 or 3 minutes. Please ask your query if in case you have any query, and then we will close this session. Thank you everyone. Thank you Abhishek. Thank you Anija. Thank you Anivesh. Thank you Rahul. Thank you Aman. Thank you Akanksha. Good guys. I can see a lot of yes and thanks in the chat window. It means you people are really enjoying these sessions, and that kinds of gives us a boost. So in case anybody has a query, please ask that query. Vanka Lingaraj is saying expected notification month, sir. Vanka, basically we are not sure about exact dates, but what I can tell you that we have initial information that notification for SEBI and NABARD can come anytime soon. I mean anytime soon. I'm not saying that they will come in next 15 days, 30 days, but since there are elections or due to elections they might get delayed. But I expect them that by July notifications for SEBI or NABARD, at least one will come, and notifications for these two exams which many people think might not come this year. I think what we have, the news we have on our side, they are surely going to come, right? But anything can happen, so this is not a writing on the wall that this cannot change. But the expectation is that notification for SEBI and NABARD, I mean these organizations are already in process of releasing the notifications. But yes, it will take some time. It will not come in another 15-20 days or 30 days, since it takes time to cover the whole process, and elections are also there, so they might get delayed, but they will surely come. And RBI anyways is coming from so many years, so it will come. But again, I don't know the date. RBI has come out with notification in the past in the month of October and November also. So keep preparing. Do not worry about the dates, and be sure that all these exams are going to be conducted this year. Then Saurav is saying corporate governance in EduTap. Saurav, corporate governance will be uploaded. Actually, corporate governance is mainly related with the current affairs, so we just do not want to cover this topic at this point in time and keep uploading videos each and every month. So we will cover that. Give us some time so that maximum of the happenings in field of corporate governance gets covered in that one video. Thank you, Manideep. Now Vanka Lingaraj. No, expected month is not July. I'm not going to tell you any month. The idea is to tell you that notifications are going to come for RBI, NABARD and SEBI. That's important for you. Manidev Vundru, any chances of RBI assistant notification this year? Again, I don't have much idea. We don't have any news. Like for SEBI and NABARD, we have some news that notifications are going to come this year. For RBI assistant, I do not have any news. What I can gauge that since the case is resolved now and recruitment was not conducted last year, recruitment is definitely going to be conducted as per my logical thinking. Because last year also it was in news that RBI is in shortage of staff with respect to RBI assistant. So I do not see any reason why they would not come out with the notification this year. Fine guys, so I think the questions are over. So thank you, bye. Let's meet next week. Bye bye.